sprinkles, Santa Claus's special elf. Because everything is special with sprinkles. Santa Claus knows you're special too, and he has something to say to you. So listen close as Santa Claus shares holiday cheer with you. You can leave a special message for Santa Claus and get on the nice list at www.santaclaussays.net. Now here is the big man himself, Santa Claus!
Ho, 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 ho! Merry Christmas to all the boys and the girls of the entire world, from every inhabited continent, young people, young and old, of all ages and races and stations in life, love Santa Claus, and Santa Claus loves you. And Santa Claus says, be good for goodness sakes. SantaClausSays.net is my website, and that's where you and I can be in communication with one another, because Santa Claus loves you and listens to you. You can let me know that you're there, and I can hear your Christmas wishes. If you can send me one of three ways that you can do it, either through a voicemail or through a text message, which I receive my text messages right here on my purple cell phone. Looks just like it's got a picture of me on it with some little girls. And also through an email. You can email me, and you can do that at SantaClausSays.net/present, and I will send you a present. If you do that, that's the way I can listen to what your Christmas wishes are. Now, here on SantaClausSays.net, we do three things. We spread Christmas cheer, good things about Christmas. You heard Sprinkles help us with that a little bit. We also tell a Christmas story, a wonderful Christmas story. And our Christmas story that we tell is The Life and the Adventures of Santa Claus by L. Frank Baum. He also wrote the book called The Wizard of Oz. And we also we receive a Christmas letter, and we read a Christmas letter or a voicemail from you, the children of the world. So we're here for you, and we love you so very, very much. There's our glockenspiel. That's our glockenspiel chime. And that's where Sprinkles reminds us that now is story time, boys and girls. Now is story time. And as we mentioned, the book we are reading all throughout Christmas time of 2023 is The Life and the Adventures of Santa Claus by L. Frank Baum. Some of your moms and dads and grandmas and grandpas will remember the book and the movie called The Wizard of Oz. The same person wrote that book. This time he wrote it all about me, Santa Claus. It's about my life and adventures. And each day during Christmas time, we read a portion of the book, and we read the entire book over the course of Christmas. So if you miss a day, you can go back to our podcast or our YouTube channel at SantaClausSays.net, and you can find us there. And then you can catch up with the ones we've done in the past. And don't forget that you will be able to listen to the upcoming episodes as well between now and Christmas itself. So today's chapter is all about, we're concluding a reading about how Claus made his first toy. We had the first part of this chapter the last time we were together, and this concludes the chapter about how Claus made the first toy. So let's begin to read the story now. It goes like this. I shall not see the children again soon, said Claus to the cat, who kindly paused in her song to listen. The winter is upon us. The snow will be deep for many days, and I shall be unable to play with my little friends. The cat raised a paw and stroked her nose thoughtfully, but made no reply. So long as the fire burned and Claus sat in his easy chair by the hearth, she did not mind the weather. So passed many days and many long evenings. The cupboard was always full, but Claus became weary with having nothing to do more than to feed the fire from the big woodpile which the Canucks had brought to him. One evening he picked up a stick of wood and began to cut it with his sharp knife. He had no thought at first except to occupy his time. And he whistled and he sang to the cat and he carved away portions of the stick. Puss whistled and sang and sat upon her haunches and watched him, listening at the same time to her master's merry whistle, which she loved to hear even more than her own purring songs. Claus glanced at Puss, and then at the stick he was whittling, until presently the wood began to have a shape. And the shape was like the head of a cat, with 2 ears sticking upward. Claus stopped whistling to laugh. Ho, 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 ho. Then both he and the cat looked at the wooden image with some surprise. Then he carved out the eyes and the nose, and he rounded the lower part of the head so that it rested upon a neck. Puss hardly knew what to make of it now, and sat up stiffly as if watching with some suspicion what would come next. Claus knew. The head gave him an idea. He plied his knife carefully and with skill, forming slowly the body of the cat, which he made to sit upon its haunches as a real cat did, with her tail wound around her 2 front legs. The work cost him much time, but the evening was long, and he had nothing better to do. Finally, he gave a loud and delighted laugh at the result of his labors, and he placed the wooden cat, now completed, upon the hearth opposite the real one. Puss thereupon glared at her image, raised her hair in anger, and uttered a defiant meow. The wooden cat paid no attention, and Claus, much amused, he laughed again. Then Blinky advanced toward the wooden image to eye it closely and smell of it intelligently. Eyes and nose told her the creature was wood, in spite of its natural appearance. So Puss resumed her seat and her purring, but as she neatly washed her face with her padded paw, she cast more than one admiring glance at her clever master. Perhaps she felt the same satisfaction we feel when we look upon good photographs of ourselves. The cat's master was indeed pleased with his handiwork, without knowing exactly why. Indeed, he had great cause to congratulate himself that night, for all the children throughout the world should have joined him in rejoicing, for Claus had made his first toy. Wow. What a wonderful story. What a wonderful story this book, The Life and the Adventures of Santa Claus, is. As we conclude this chapter, I want to remind you that the next chapter that we're going to read on our next episode here of SantaClausSays.net is about how the toys were colored. It's chapter 3 of the second part of the book, and the title of it is The Ryls Color the Toys. And the Ryls were little helpers, little elves, if you will, who helped out Santa Claus. You don't want to miss an episode. You really don't want to miss an episode of Santa Claus Says, because this is a wonderful story of adventure about me, and it explains so much about where I come from and what I am all about. And that's what you want to know, boys and girls of the world. You want to know about Santa Claus, that Santa Claus is magical and real and comes into your life. I'm here because I love you, and I'm here because I want to give you good cheer and good things. I'm here to listen to you. There's our Glockenspiel. Sprinkles is reminding us one of the best ways that I can listen to you is through your letters to Santa. And you can give your letters to Santa in 3 ways. One of them is you go to SantaClausSays.net. There's a button there. You boop the button, boop, and you can send me a voice message. Use your own voice and tell me in your own words your Christmas wishes. You can also use a text. I know many of you have cell phones and other ways to send the text. Send me a text. I get it on my purple cell phone, and I will respond to you. I will, personally. And give me your Christmas wishes and the things that are on your heart. And you can also send me an email, and you go to SantaClausSays.net/present, and that is where you can send me an email, and I will respond to you in an email. Some of you may be interested, and your parents may be interested. I can go even further than that by giving you a video message and or a video chat, a Zoom call. And you can find out more about that at SantaClausSays.net. Santa Claus loves you and loves to hear from you. So now, as we're reminded, it's time for our letter to Santa. So here's our letter to Santa today. Dear Santa and helpers, I have been very good this year. I'm expecting a little sister. I don't want her. Mommy says she will be fun. I don't know. I heard girls stink. I will trade you my sister when she comes from the store for an elf. I want a race car and a garage set for Christmas. There will be sugar cookies and burritos waiting for you. Thank you, Santa. Craig. What a wonderful, delightful letter. Now, here's the thing to always understand from Santa Claus. I love to grant your wishes as best I can, but I always like to give you surprises. So, Craig, be on the lookout for surprises. And thank you for the cookies and the burritos. Santa Claus loves cookies and burritos and also hot cocoa. I hope all of you will leave Santa Claus hot cocoa and cookies. What a wonderful letter. Don't forget to write me, boys and girls, and I will write you back. Oh, there is our chime, our Glockenspiel from our wonderful elf Sprinkles. And she reminds us that it's time to say goodbye for this episode of SantaClausSays.net. We want you to know that Santa Claus loves you and listens to you and is always here to be with you and to be a part of your Christmas experience. We want you to know here at SantaClausSays.net, you can always experience 3 things. Christmas cheer. You can always experience an adventure story about Santa Claus, the life and adventures of Santa, and a letter to Santa. Santa Claus is here for you and listens to you and loves you. So until next time, boys and girls, when you join me again here on SantaClausSays.net, remember, Santa Claus says to be good for goodness sakes. Goodbye, boys and girls. We'll see you next time here on Santa Claus Says.
You're special to Santa Claus, just like Sprinkles. Get on Santa's nice list at SantaClausSays.net and watch Santa Claus Says on YouTube. Tell him Sprinkles says